Hey guys, and welcome back to Masters of Brickjitzu. Today we are taking a look at my custom Ninjago City Plaza MOC. Now this thing's got everything. In celebration of the new Ninjago City markets, I figured I'd share my own custom MOC before I have to fit that into the rest of my big city. Now, eagle-eyed fans and un-eagle-eyed fans alike, they'll see some similarities between my MOC and Ninjago City markets as far as some stores that were chosen to be used. And that's okay. That's the fun of mocking up stuff. But let's get into it. Here's a little quick time lapse of me taking it all apart. And here is the lower level of Ninjago City Plaza. Now there are three distinct sections as well as the statue in the middle. And we'll kind of look at each of those sections individually. First up, we're going to look at the bazaar over here. Now we've got a man selling kebabs, as well as another man selling some fine china and some pots and stuff. That's pretty neat. We also have that little door that will connect over to docks when we get to it. We also have Ray's blacksmith shop. You can see the anvil and the water in there, and as well as the stickers that were used in the Dragon Forge set. I decided to repurpose those here, both inside and outside, as well as the storefront sign you'll see when we get around to that. There's also a cute little ladybug chilling over here on the side. One of the things I was pointing out was that there's an open air situation, much like Ninjago City Markets has an open air situation as well. We also have this cute little sweet shop with little granny in here. She runs a sweet shop. We've got some little panda looking pastries as well as cookies and donuts. We also have this little window with some characters on the front. That is also really cool. Up front we just have this cute little bridge with some frogs on it and some leaves and stuff coming out. We also have Zane's statue, and you'll see how I kind of move that around later when I put everything together to show you most of my full layout. But there's that sticker I was telling you about with the front of Ray's building. But I love how bustly and hustly it is down here. It just feels very lived in and very lively. And that's really something I wanted to portray in my MOC. Moving up to the second level of Ninjago City Plaza, still in the old town, we've got Laffy's karaoke bar. We've got Ray and Mia's living space, and we also have this other little apartment. Taking a quick little look into Laffy's, we've got Dareth running the show, obviously, as well as his large display of trophies that he may or may not have made up himself, as well as a picture of his ninja friends. We've got this cool pool table, as well as a space to sing karaoke. We also have this lovely spot out on the balcony for friends and couples alike to sit down and have some boba. Now here on the outside, we do have this door. It's one of the things that you can tell when it's all put together, it makes more sense. Also, one of my favorite parts of the entire build was the use of these music notes on the outside. I was very, very happy whenever I figured that out. Was able to use those instead of some smaller pieces that I had planned. Now for this first apartment segment, it does kind of look a little bit older and worn. You've got some yellowed white pieces over here, which was done on purpose. We also have the same sort of slidey door as well as a little sign. But there's plenty of space in here. There's a bed, counter with some tea, a stove top, a little cup next to his bedside. Again, feels very lived in, and I really like what I was able to do with this small amount of space. Ray and Maya's home is up next. We do have some signs on the outside kind of showing the elemental symbols of them and their children, as well as a bed with some counter space, two little statues of their children, which they love so much. And I don't know what that corner space is. There was something there originally, but I don't remember what it was. So it doesn't matter anymore. We also have a little table with a teapot and some cups. And it just looks like Maya is making some breakfast for her and her husband. And here's everything put back together. I just love how overbuilt these top ones feel compared to the bottom section stuff. Just kind of promotes that idea that you just kind of continually build up and out. And I really love what I was able to do with this space. And moving up to the actual plaza, moving up to the plaza space with two hands, you can see the footprints of where the police station and the Borg store are supposed to be. Keep in mind this little red piece right here. It's kind of important later when we put everything together. We also have these stairs that connect to the bottom stairs below, and kind of allow a full connection. And we also have this little convenience store. We have a coffee shop, which I love the bamboo work on here. I think that looks so great. First, we're going to take a quick little look at this coffee shop. It's not super accessible, which is unfortunate, but you can see a little coffee machine, a little coffee grinder. And here is the convenience store. This convenience store does have a fridge and some stuff on the wall that customers can come in and buy. Yeah, I was super happy with the way this bottom level turned out, and I really like what I was able to kind of accomplish with the coloring and stuff as well. Moving over to the Titans of Ninjago City Plaza, we've got the police station, which has got some advertisements on the back, as well as some overgrown leaves and an antenna. And I really just love this front part. Here's a Borg store. You can see kind of the B and the S kind of made out of those pieces up there. You can see all of the products down there at the bottom section, as well as those those cool little low-lying lamps. We also have a legal connection up here on the top. Those things are barely being held on, as well as the Technoblade being used as kind of the Borg store symbol, which I thought was a good use of it. Taking a little bit of a closer look at the inside, we've got some phones down there, as well as a security system and a Borg watch. And here are those low-hanging lamps and stuff that I was a really big fan of. And moving on to the police station. Now, I was totally drawn by the Creator Police Station, which came out around the time I actually started building this, if you can believe that or not. But really pushed by that to build this. And you can see this lower level. You've got some donuts down there at the bottom, as well as that crown, which may or may not be a little bit of a reference to Brooklyn Nine-Nine, as well as kind of a simple stair build, which you're going to kind of see up and down this. There's some wanted posters for the Joker and some LEGO news, as well as a little coffee machine there in the back, which I was again just really glad I was able to fit everything in there that I wanted to fit in there. And is that Jay as a police officer? I guess we know what happened to him after the merge. And moving one flight of stairs up, we do have kind of the control room where two police officers are kind of going back and forth about the mission for the day. And you can see that little hole behind it, which is where the stairs lead to. One thing that I always really try to do with Ninjago City MOCs and stuff is to make sure that everywhere is technically accessible by a minifigure, which is kind of a weird thing to think about in my mind, but it is what it is. Here we've got the jail cell. We've got that cryptarium sticker there, and then up to the commissioner's office. We've got the commissioner being handed some stuff, and it doesn't look like he's super happy about it because he's really trying to finish his boat. We've got some collectibles from the commissioner over the years, and yeah, I just love the little commissioner's office, and another one of those things where it was really fun to pack a lot of detail into a lot of a small little space. And here's how this connects back together. I guess my camera work here is not the greatest, but we stack those two pieces together, we put the roof on top, and then we try to focus our camera. Try to focus our camera. There we go. And there's all of that built up. And here is the last section of Ninjago City Plaza. Here we have JB's lab. Here's the inside of JB's lab. Now you can kind of see some science equipment, a 3D printer. She's analyzing a sample right now. She's got some weird little plants out on the outside of her lab. You can kind of see the 3D printer there. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just some stickers used from her lab set, which I thought were really useful. We've got her board over there on the other side, as well as these little canisters in the back. Who knows what she's up to right now, but Parker and Jack are right there, and I believe Spencer's right behind them too, so they're always down for an adventure. And here's the upper section of this. It's just this little area where this older gentleman is able to remember his friends and family who have passed away, which is kind of a cute little remembrance area. He also has some produce on the back side of his little space. I really loved being able to include this. And here is all of the upper level put together as I precariously balances on a cup like a dummy. But yeah, I absolutely love just the look and the vibe of this. Again, kind of like the lower portion just feels very lived in and very just like it's supposed to be part of a city. And let's just turn this around. Oh, frick. All right, sorry about that. Here's just a quick little look of everything together real quick before we put it all back together for kind of a full little overview. All right, and for those of you guys who aren't familiar with this mock, which I know I've showed a lot on Twitter and Instagram and stuff, here's kind of how everything connects. We have this lower level that connects perfectly with the rock facade down here, and we also have this other little pathway and stuff that connects to Ninjago City Gardens. We've got this little hallway in between that connects with that farther left section of Ninjago City Markets, and we also have this space, where the coffee shop and Chen's are back to back, as well as the Borg store, this pizza store, and the rest of markets. I did have to modify this upper roof a little bit to allow space for the Borg store, which was totally fine. Just made extra pieces for other things, right? And then we also have this upper garden stuff that does kind of move into the Zen garden, which is great and is accessible by those that little ladder section there, which you kind of have to hop over that. But I was really happy with the way that this was able to fully connect, and I love it so much. And here's the backside. As you can see, I mentioned earlier that some of the connection stuff were a little bit weird. I do kind of have a little rock path there that kind of moves back and forth so that people can get in and out. But yeah, I'm kind of see how that connects over there on the side of the bazaar, as well as this Dareth's space connects to the old map shop. And that little red piece I was telling you about is kind of like a doormat space for the back door of Antonio's pizza shop. I'm trying to open this back door, but I guess it doesn't really want to open, and that's honestly okay. And then here's the other space, the other part of that, the Zane section that came with gardens, and I just love that it fits back there perfectly. I think it works in that space really well. Here's the backside of that walkway from in between the blacksmith shop and the bakery that connects into Ninjago City Gardens. And kind of here's the upper level connection and stuff there between that. And there's kind of what that connection looks like between the coffee shop and Chen's. And yeah, what originally started out as a gap in between Ninjago City Docks and Ninjago City Gardens allowed me to create something that really just stands out in my city and kind of allows a connection between what I consider the older Ninjago City sets and what I consider the newer Ninjago City sets. I really love the colors and stuff and the shapes and stuff that I was able to create with this. It really just kind of brings more of a Ninjago look to an already existing cityscape, with the Borg store being one of the more prominent things. And it is upsetting a little bit that some of the spaces that were chosen for Ninjago City markets are that I will probably actually convert the Ninjago City market spaces into something else to allow what I created here to kind of remain the same. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite section of this build is. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys all next time. Bye!